Around the league, there is so much talent at the small forward position. So the question remains, who will start at the small forward position for the Houston Rockets? According to Salman Ali, a Houston Rockets journalist for Clutch Points, Christian Wood essentially confirmed the starting lineup outside of the small forward position. As everyone expected, it is going to be KPJ at the 1, Jalen Green at the 2, Christian Wood at the 4, and Daniel Theis at the 5. It is evident that the competition for that last starting spot is ridiculously fierce. The first candidate for the position is Jae'Sean Tate, who is my personal favorite and probably the fan favorite in this race. Although 25 years old and turning 26 on October 26th, he was just a rookie and getting his first taste of the NBA level last year. After playing a full 4 years at the Ohio State University, he went undrafted and did not get picked up by any teams. So he did the next best thing. He went to play international ball, where he played for Port of Antwerp Giants in the BSL League, the same league LP played in. And he later played for Sydney in the NBL League. The Rockets noticed him feasting abroad and brought him back. As a rookie, he averaged 11 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 3 assists per game, 1 steal per game while shooting 50% from the field and 31% from 3. He is listed at 6'4" with a wingspan of 6'8". After seeing him play for the Rockets, many fans felt as though he was the perfect replacement for the recently traded PJ Tucker. They were both small, stocky, long, and played fantastic defense. Tate really found his home on the defensive end, where he was in the 78th percentile for deflections and the 61st percentile for defensive plus-minus. However, his best defensive ability is his versatility. Similar to PJ Tucker, who in the playoffs was guarding a full range of players from Kevin Durant to Trae Young at times. Tate's versatility is huge for this team because it will allow him to pick up the best guard or small forward that is on the court. With iffy defensive players in KPJ and Green, it would be a nice fit in the starting lineup. Considering he started 58 of the 70 games for the Rockets last year, it would seem that this is an open and shut case. However, a certain player has made considerable leaps in his game and would provide an interesting fit next to the rest of the starters. The player I am referencing is Kenyon Martin Jr. Unlike Tate, Martin Jr. is only 20 years old and stands at 6'7" with a wingspan of 6'7" and a ridiculous vertical. As a fellow rookie, he averaged 9 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, and nearly a block per game while shooting 50% from the field and 37% from 3. A full season stat comparison gives the edge to Jae'Sean Tate. However, it starts to get interesting when you look at KJ's production when he was starting. In only 8 games, he averaged 19 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, and 4 assists per game while shooting 51% from the field and 45% from the 3. Although a small sample size, he went on an absolute tear in those 8 games. The most intriguing part of his game is his shot blocking ability. He was a 7-foot headhunter, blocking every single tree in the league. He ranked in the 94th percentile in rim defense and the 86th percentile in block percentage. With his 3-point range, he would be able to space the floor better than Tate. However, he is not the same defender that Tate is. It can be argued that KJ would be a great fit in the starting lineup, and he is only 20 years old, which fits the youth movement the Rockets are focused on. Outside of these two though, there is one more candidate for the Rockets to choose. He is not very liked by the Rockets faithful, and his reputation has taken a hit over the last year. The player I'm referring to is Daniel Theis. His best year with the Rockets was in the 2019-2020 season, where he averaged 11 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, while shooting 43% from the field and 37% from 3. He is the knockdown three-point shooter considering 65% of his shots are three-pointers, and a decent defender, not amazing like Tate, but also not a liability. It seemed that with the youth movement, House would find a new home this season. However, the Houston Rockets front office doesn't feel the same, at least for now. Not only has he not been traded, but the Rockets are trying to sign him to an extension. It is unclear if the Rockets are doing this to primarily boost his trade value, but if that is the case, there could be a big argument made for him to start so he can increase his trade value and then ship him before the trade deadline. Out of all three of these players, I know with certainty that Jae'Sean Tate would be the best player to assume the starting small forward position. Like I mentioned before, his versatile defense pairs up well with some of our more offensive-minded players in the starting lineup. Pair that up with his underrated playmaking ability, and I think he will run away with the job. I feel Garuba should be sent to the G League, thus having KJ playing the backup power forward position and House playing the backup small forward position. Those roles for those two players will still allow them to show their stuff and talents while also allowing them to improve game in and game out. All in all, he is the obvious choice. Jae'Sean Tate will be the starting small forward for the Houston Rockets.